So a lot of people actually don't know that if you are an Android user, most of you have Gmail and Google Maps. Now, if you lose your phone, you can go into your maps, see your history, and if your location is on or the phone is on, most of the time you can locate the last known location of where your phone is. So, story time. My ex come to me and he was like, "Hey Lily, I lost my brand new phone. I cannot find it." So he gave me permission to log into his email with his password and locate his phone. So I started my research. He had to go on into work, so he didn't have a phone on him. As I'm looking, I notice Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Calabash, North Carolina, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, 2 and 3 times a week. Now, I'm like, okay, well, he's been going there a lot. Maybe that's where it is. So I go into Google Maps and it actually shows the address of the house in Myrtle Beach that he's been going to. So I pull the address up. I look at it on like Google Maps. I see, okay, well, it's a little neighborhood. I'll just go see if I can pick it up. If anything, maybe it's a friend of his. I can knock on the door, get the phone back. So I drive down there, pull up. There's 2 cars in the driveway and a man comes to the door and I'm like, "Hey, do you know Daniel?" And he's like, yeah. I'm like, "Well, did he leave his phone here? Like, can you look? Because his last like known location with that phone is here and he's lost it, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "He better not have been here." I'm like, "Well, he's been here like many times, especially in the last couple of months." And I had my tablet in my hand showing him his address where my boyfriend had been going over there. And he is like, "That's my wife's ex-fiance and he damn well better not be coming up here." So I'm like in the middle of what was going on here. So she comes to the door and she's like, "He's not been up here." And the guy snatches the tablet from my hand and pulls up like he's showing her every single time Daniel has been over there. And it pinpoints the address, people. It pulls right up. It shows the house and everything. And I'm just standing here like, what do I do? And the husband's like, "Let me see the phone number." So I call the phone number and it's Daniel's voicemail. He knows for sure now that it's my boyfriend. It's her ex-fiance's phone number. They start fighting like bad, arguing. So I'm like, I get my tablet. I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I was not coming here to start drama. I honestly thought maybe you were a friend of his." This dude goes in, starts packing up his clothes, throwing them in his car. She's raising sand. So I walk back up to her and I'm like, "Look, if he's been coming to see you, just tell me." While this dude walked off. And she's like, "We've been seeing each other." I'm like, "Well, he's been coming here behind my back. I had no idea." And she was like, "I know." "You know?" So I went back and told her husband, "Yeah, she just said he's been coming up here behind our backs." And then as I'm walking around the corner of the car, there's a little black square laying in the edge of the yard and it's Daniel's phone. So I grab it.